Hey guys, this is Jeff from Bag of Tricks Studios. Today I'm going to teach you a super quick and easy way to make amazing looking Facebook ads using GIMP, which is an entirely free software for image editing. This is the ad we're going to make today. It's professional, it's clean, it gets across what you're trying to promote, so let's get started. First things first, we need to get a background image. The easiest way to get one is to just Google free stock images. The first two hits are both good sites. I use them both. Pexels has them all categorized right off the bat. Pixelbay has some images up front. For this type of ad, it's not terribly important that the image is relevant to your brand. What you're really looking for is the color scheme. You want to find something that kind of matches the colors you use to represent your brand. I'm just going to pick this one here, but use any picture you'd like. So just click on free download. We're going to be scaling our image down to 1200 by 628 since that is what is recommended by Facebook for their ads, so no need to download a bigger picture than that. So pick a size and click download. Next, open up GIMP and let's import our image. Go to File, Open, and find your image. Let me just center this up here. The first thing you need to do, make sure that you do this before anything else, is scale your image down to the size recommended by Facebook, which is 1200 by 628. Click on Image, then Canvas Size, and you may need to click this chain so that you can adjust the width and height independently. Make the width 1200 and the height 628. Then use this preview window to center your picture. Again, it doesn't matter too much how it lines up since we're going to be blurring this image. But yeah, that looks good to me, so hit resize and continue. Notice how this outline is still showing up around our image. That's because that was the size of our original image. In order to resize everything, click on the Layer menu and scroll down to Layer 2 Image Size. Alright, that's better. The first thing we want to do is blur the background to make it look out of focus so it'll really accentuate our text. So click on Filters, Blur, Gaussian Blur. I like to set the horizontal and vertical blur radius values to 50, but experiment around to see what works for you. I'm going to put mine at 50, so make your change and hit OK. There, now we have a good blur going on. The next thing we do is fade the colors. So click on the Colors menu and select Hue Saturation. This is where your brand colors come into play. Adjust the hue lightness slider so that you're really just highlighting one specific color, like I am with the purple here. And then adjust the saturation to fade out the colors, leaving you only with the highlight of your brand color. Alright there, that looks pretty good. Let's click OK. Now we're going to write our text. Let's switch these colors so we'll be typing with white text. Change the font size to 42, the answer to life, the universe, and everything. Makes sense to start there. Then make the justification centered. Drag a text box near the center of the image. Don't worry too much about placement since we're going to fine tune it later. But type your ad message, whatever you like. I'm going to type Create Awesome Facebook Ads. Let's increase this font size. 54 about fills the view. Next, let's create a new layer. This is the layer that will hold our call to action button. So name the layer Button and click OK. Then click on this rectangle tool. Drag a rectangle below our text, about this size. Again, don't worry too much about placement. We're going to adjust that later. Click the paint bucket and fill it in white. Next, we're going to give the button a small border. Click on the Select menu and scroll down to Shrink. Enter a value of 2 and click OK. This shrinks our selection down 2 pixels so we have a nice 2 pixel border all the way around our selection. Click Delete to get rid of this selection. Then go back to Select and click Shrink again. Now change this value to 1 and click OK. And let's fill this in again with white. So now we have a nice border around our button. So let's add the text. Switch the colors again, so we'll be typing in black. And let's change the font size down to about 36. And create a text box inside the button. Now type your call to action, whatever you want potential customers to do. Save now, get this offer, whatever you may want. I'm going to type click to learn more. And tighten this text box. Now we're going to put a border around the outside of the image. So let's create another new layer and name it border and click OK. Now select the rectangle and click Ctrl A to select all. Go back to select, shrink, but this time let's use 32 so we get a nice big border. And same as the button, let's fill it in with white. Then back to shrink, this time 2 pixels, and click OK. And click delete to get everything on the inside, so now we have this nice white border. Alright, well it's looking good, but we need to center the text and the button. So let's create one more layer and name this one grid. And click OK. Go up to filters, scroll down to render, pattern, and click grid. So this is going to fill our image with squares so we can find the exact center of our image. So with our image size, we want the grid to be 157 and 200, so we have an even number of rectangles. You'll see why in a second. Then zero out the other spacing and offset values. And click OK. So now we have this grid of rectangles. So let's click on the text and drag it so it mostly fits within these 2 boxes. Vertical distance doesn't matter too much, but make sure it's even horizontally. Then click on the button layer and move that one and line it up the same way. And then layer to image size to recenter it. Lastly, our text. Sometimes it's hard to grab the exact right thing, so let's turn off the background so we can't accidentally grab that. And center this text in the button. Alright, let's turn the background back on, and let's delete our grid by clicking the grid layer and clicking this trash can. And we're done. Looks good. Alright, now to save it, click File, Export As, and export away. So if you want to expand on this, you can add some clear images in the foreground, maybe a logo or an object to represent your brand. But this works pretty well for me. I'm running an ad just like this right now. So anyway, this wraps up this little tutorial. I hope you like it. Please let me know what you think. Please subscribe. Visit our site at bagoftricksstudios.com. I have this whole tutorial in text form. Alright, have a great day.